you got a good two and a bad two. That's a fair question. Our breakpoints, if you screen them tight, score low when in doubt, our breakpoints pretty much tell you where the problem is. And the way we know that is we took a group of people through the movement screen at Medical College of Virginia on a force plate with bioelectric sensors mapped all over their body. When you get a 2 on the squat, it's a completely different pattern than a 1 on the squat, which is a completely different pattern than a 3 on the squat. So, for all practical purposes, research says a 2 is a 2. The bottom end of it and the top end of it, it's still a 2. However, you have a personal responsibility to the individual that's paying you for your expertise and your time. So, make a judgment call. Follow the same algorithm. Always work on the primitive stuff first, the mobility stuff first. But if they have a very low scoring 2, a 2 that's close to a 1, obviously that's a priority as you're thinking corrections and things like that. But as far as us telling you statistics say to pick those or whatever, a 2's a 2, a 1's a 1, a 3's a 3. But that's individual adjustment, and you're welcome to do that.
And I think it also, what I would say, it depends on the setting you're in. I mean, if you're working one-on-one with someone, definitely make some notes. Chart everything. And then when you rescreen them, those are things you're going to want to see improvements on. So if somebody's a poor 2 on the left, a better 2 on the right, when you do the corrections we're going to talk about tomorrow, what the hierarchy is, you should see more symmetry. Even though they're 2s, but they should be more symmetrical the next time. But if I'm working with a big group, I'm knocking them out. So it really kind of depends on doing that. But if you're working if I'm screening gray, I'm going to really be, I'm going to screen him and just say call it a 2 because that's what it is. But I may make some notes. So sure, it may they're paying you for an hour. And it takes you 10 minutes to do the screen. If it takes you 20 minutes, fine.
And by the way, a low 2 on the squat still doesn't demand more work than a high 2 on the leg raise. You see what I'm saying? So don't ever use that as an excuse to go high in the screen. Always work the low stuff. One more thing. You got somebody who's a 2-3 on the active straight leg raise. You do exactly what Lee's going to talk about tomorrow and what I'm going to talk about tomorrow. A week from now, you rescreen them. Now they're a set of 2s. Is that good?
Good.
Absolutely. That confuses people sometimes. Symmetry is better, always. Some people assume that the only way you can improve a movement pattern is to take the 2 to the 3. But sometimes taking a 3 that's not legitimate and knocking it down to a 2, that's the unstable side. That could be the clunking SI. That could be the sloppy side. So having them do the corrective is actually going to reinsert some stability. Now, once you got them back to 2s, you can work them back up to legitimate 3s. But don't always assume. If we could say A, B, and C, it'd probably be better. But the fact that we got a numeric scale, everybody for some reason keys on the 3s. Don't do that. That'd be the worst thing you can do. Because sometimes when you work in asymmetry, it gets symmetrical by the 3 becoming a 2, not just a 2.